Hey guys, welcome back to the Average Bears YouTube channel. We're back with Bromsgrove Sporting today on our local to legend, non-leave English save. What is this, episode 5, I think? We're really cracking through now. We had a bit of a disappointing result last time, didn't we? And we've changed some tactics, moved on a little bit. Form has been patchy to say the best, but we're still in there with a shout. See you in just a second. Right then, guys. So last time out, it was this one, wasn't it? It was 0-0, ball draw. It wasn't a ball draw. It was a pretty decent game, I think, but just couldn't find the breakthrough, which has been the story since, I think. Really, you'll see there's some green, but there's plenty of red as well. And I'm thinking maybe some expectations need to be adjusted. I'm judging wanting to get out of this division sort of at first time of asking on, I think, doing this sort of save on previous games where I've been able to blast out of this first division relatively consistently. That doesn't seem to be the case this year. I don't know if it's just, I don't know if like the money situation's worse, or maybe the players that we brought in aren't of the usual quality. Maybe we were a little bit too quick to get the players in because we were so desperate for numbers, and they're not as good as what we could have got. We need to keep developing that, and I think maybe I've been a bit lazy on that front in terms of I can't actually sign players at the minute because I can't get rid of anyone that's on a contract. But maybe some of the non-contract players that have come in that aren't doing so well need to be shipped out. The difficulty with that is, and you'll see in just a second, we've had a real issue with the squad with numbers. It doesn't look too bad at the minute, but we've got a couple of injuries. We've had more injuries recently, and the suspensions. I think one of the games we had, everyone, 4 or 5 players got their 5th yellow cards, and they were out for the next game, and we just had to play people out of position. I'm having to do that quite a lot and change the tactics and the shape so often just to get a team out, which is part of it at this level, I guess. But it's difficult. It's difficult to know how to address it because we can't shift those players that are on the big contracts. They just keep turning down offers that they're getting, and it's too expensive to cancel them. So, but anyway, it's all doom and gloom. We can still get out of this division at the first time of asking because we are 5th. So we're in the playoff spots, but we are very much sort of like on the brink of tipping out of it, and we keep sort of pushing in and then dropping out. And as I say, it's a little bit inconsistent. So since Alfchurch, absolutely cracking win against Banbury, 4-3. They're in real life the best team about there, running away with the league a little bit, I think. But on this, not so good, down in 15th. So we needed to win it. We did just with an absolute thunderbolt from Camo, but that was a dramatic one. I wish that I'd have shown that one on the channel because that was well worth it. 91st minute win, limbs, scenes, all of that. Followed that up with a really good, solid 3-1 win in the trophy against Stratford. Happy with that. And then it was a disappointing couple of games. 1-0 to a penalty. Just plenty of the ball, plenty of half chances, but just never carved anything properly out and didn't take the chances that we did have, which has been the story of the games we haven't won. And in truth, the Banbury one, we should have been comfortable, and we just didn't take chances. And it sort of almost felt like every decent attack they had ended in a goal. So we really do need to be more ruthless. St Ives, another disappointing one. Scored late in each half, but we had a sort of nightmare to 10 minutes or so where they sort of just put us to bed, really. And again, it was a decent performance. You can see, like, there's a few sevens in there and stuff, but we just, I don't know, too many mistakes, which cost us. And that was a costly one because St Ives are right on our tail, so that's put us right back into the mix with them. Since then, though, couple of penalty dramas. FA Trophy first round proper. This should never have gone to penalties. I don't know how it did. We absolutely battered them, but it did. And there was a bit of drama with a couple of misses, but we eventually held our nerve and we got through to the next round of that. Not so much luck in the Southern League. I'd like to say that I'd changed things around to give people some playing time, but we don't really have those options. I think at this point, Anodi was off on international duty with the Hungarian under-23s, the usual goalkeeper. So Clayton played, but yeah, I made changes where possible, but most of the time it was just what was available. And again, we should have won the game, didn't, and this time we didn't get the luck with the penalties, and we lost on that one. But that is the cup that sort of matters the least to the board and to us. I personally, any game should is one that I want to try and win, and any cup as well. But to be honest, a few games less with the injury, suspension, sort of squad depth issues we have in certain positions, it's not the worst thing in the world. We seemed to come to life then and absolutely destroyed Royston 6-1. Just absolutely went crazy. It was great performance, exactly what we want to see. And that was... The performance wasn't that different, but we took our chances, and we took our chances early and got ahead, and then just kept going and kept going and kept going. So perfect performance after sort of a disappointing run, really. I thought we've got something here, and then followed it up with a 1-1 draw, where again chances created, couldn't take them, got punished with a goal, and pushed and pushed and pushed. It was, you know, we just couldn't blow the house down. If that makes sense, couldn't get there. And then second round of the trophy, tough draw against Alfreton, to be fair, and we more than held our own, and we had enough chances to win this game. Let me tell you, we really did have chance after chance after chance. It wasn't even the goalkeeper; it was just poor finishing. Obviously, we pushed and pushed and pushed, and by the time it got to the sending off, obviously after that, it made things really difficult. We made a couple of chances after that, but you know, even committing everyone with the 10 men, it was too easy for them to manage the game out with the sort of extra level they've got on us. And you can see all the yellow cards totting up, and that is a problem because we don't have the depth to deal with that. So it might have to be something we look at in the tactics. I think the other bit of bad news, Jason Walker, to be fair, he hadn't scored in a while, but he was still our top goal scorer up until very recently. He's out. It was 5 to 6 months. It's now 2 to 4. He's got a hip injury. There was a little bit of news that he was considering sort of just retiring because obviously he's 37. So that's a real blow. Cam Ebbott has, to be fair, started playing well. He was one of the players that we were looking to shift out because he's on a contract, but he's done all right. So some of these players we are just having to play. And he's done a decent job. So centre forward isn't the worst position for us to have lost someone, but still he's been one of our better players. So that is that's a shame. We probably won't see him again playing. I wouldn't have thought, even if he doesn't retire. So that's a bit of a shame. Anyway, today, really big game that we wanted to come back for. Biggleswade. It's an important one up here. They're up in third. Okay, they're 8 points. We might have been cut adrift from here, but I think we knew that anyway. We'd sort of come to terms with that. So really, there's only 1 or 2 places that we're fighting for. But if we can beat Biggleswade with that game in hand, I mean, you just never know. You cut the lead to 5 points with a game in hand, and all of a sudden, you know, they're in touching distance. If we lose, the worst position is if we lose, and you've got the likes of St Ives and Rushden and Diamonds that are right on our tail. So the pressure's on already, guys. To be fair, and where are we in December? We need to find a run of games where we pick up some wins against some decent sides, because otherwise we're going to drop down into this sort of area, and we don't want that. I want at least a tilt at the playoffs to try and get out of this league, and I don't mind then if it takes us a little while to get out of the sort of Conference North. Hopefully we can sort of start to build a bit more of a consistent squad up. But I'm thinking ahead of myself. We might not be anywhere near it, so let's have a little look at what we're doing. So this is what we've changed from what we've been going with. I know we sort of used the 4-4-2, but we've struggled a little bit for the fitness of the wide players. We have got a little bit of depth in centre midfield, and so this is what we've gone with. Sam Alderson obviously is suspended, but Sanko can drop back in there, so that's not too much of a problem. Yeah, so this is what we're going with. It's the general back four of Sanko, Kettle, Wise, and Garmston. Obviously, Alderson might drop in there. Bradley and Dugmore, and then Nabe trying to work him in a little bit because he's got that ability. It hasn't quite shown through just yet, but that might not be the role for him. So we might have to tweak things around a little bit there. But Watt and Lalose, I don't know how to say that still, and Penga up front. So that's what we're going with today, and hopefully it's enough. It's very simple. Oh yeah, we can't have. It's very simple. It's just trying to get us that extra little bit in midfield rather than having the two up front, because I haven't quite figured out the best way to get Penga and Ebbott to play together yet. So we've gone with one. We've got a decent amount of quality in the centre of the park, so let's try and use that. It's going to be tough today, guys. Biggleswade, as I said, they're up in third. I don't know what their form's like, to be fair, but it doesn't really matter. We need something, I think. It's been too patchy. It's been too up and down. You know, it's a great ball over the top from Penga. Good, could have been off to a good start. A free kick, is it? Yeah, offside. Yeah, you were going batter Royston 6-1 and then lose 2 games, or draw and lose. And I know one of them was Alfreton, but that's been the theme a little bit. we can't quite get that consistent run of games together. And there's another yellow card for Kettle. That has been a problem for us. Jason Carley's going for Stourbridge, which is always annoying to see. But we're not, we're not the favourites here, so a result would be big, but it doesn't look good. Good block. Can we break? That's a great ball. Taken well by Malose as well. Turning in and out. Get a ball in. Oh, that's terrible. That is rubbish. That's so rubbish. He's won it back. Go on, Sif. You've got support. Use the support. Okay. Well, that was... don't know what it was. If you figure out a word for it, let me know. Ah, dear. Knocking it around well, but it looks like we are pressing and we are pressuring them, forcing them back. Win that. Well done. Come on then, Watty. Plays it through to Mpenga. Tried too much. Just drive in. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, Akos saves us. I don't know what Kettle was there. To be honest, it's better for it because I saw the second yellow coming out there, and there's just a reminder of that. Cowley goal. Here's Bradley. Can we break now? Come on, there is support. Get out of each other's way. What's the point? I don't feel good about this. Oh, he's not. Oh, I thought like flag had gone up or something. He just hasn't scored from about a yard out. We've ridden our luck a little bit there. We've sort of looked semi-dangerous on the break and then not used it. We got forward well and then the ball's been awful. I think maybe we need to just pull it back a little bit against these because just looking at the stats and stuff there, they seem to have stepped it up and they're making chances. Okay, well, that's not a good half, is it? But we've had, I mean, look, so we've got 10 shots, but only 2 on target. So, we are getting forward, and then the sort of quality and the composure in the final third's not good enough. So, I mean, I'm not really pleased with the amount of shots if they're not even showing. So, it looks like we're playing okay at the back, but this is a concern. Because you can just see a red card happening the way they've been sort of running at us. Hopefully dropping that down to course is just that defensive line will drop ever so slightly, and it might help. It might help a spot, but it just seems like they've obviously picked up some better players than us. There's not really much of an excuse. I can't imagine. I don't know, but I can't imagine the finances of each club. I can't imagine the finances of each club are wildly different, and it is just about who you picked up. And I think early on we were struggling for numbers so much we just had to take the best we could get at the time. But we need to review it. But it's difficult to shift players out when you're so short. There's players that you want to get rid of to save money that won't go, and then there's others that you can get rid of, but you sort of can't afford to because you haven't got the numbers if you get rid of them and you don't get a replacement in quick enough. So yeah, and obviously scouting takes a long time, so you have to get people in on trial, and that takes a couple of weeks. So we maybe need to be a little bit more proactive, I think, with the recruitment and a little bit smarter about moving some people that aren't excelling on and trying to get better in. But it's tough to know what with the non-contract. It's not like right, I've got this in the budget. You don't know what they're going to ask for. It's hard to tell what you can afford. So if you get rid of someone and then there's a couple of replacements and you can't get them in because you can't afford them, or they choose other clubs, which happens so often. Saved the keeper's bacon a little bit there. He went down way too quickly. Yeah, so it's tough. It's really. I'll just keep moaning, but I mean, at the end of the day, we're still in this game. So what we are quite good at. There is a good character about the boys. So if we can stay in the game and get to the point where we can sort of throw things forward a little bit, we do look dangerous then, and that might be what we have to do. Just sort of try and stay in this, keep this tight, keep it 0-0, and then the last sort of 15 minutes or so, we maybe switch to that 4-4-2 and have a right good go at them. But that's just pointless, isn't it? That stupid ball forward to nobody. That's not what we're trying to do. We're allowing people to bring the ball down there, and they're knocking it around really well. Look at this. Good block though. What are we? Hour gone. Hour gone, and it's not been thrilling. But it wouldn't be, would it? Because I'm recording it, and it'll be the next game. Will be a 4-3 win again. But yeah, it is tough to know what to do. When do we go for it? Because we don't want to lose the game, but equally, I mean, they're not set to play it from the back, and they are no nonsense centre back. So I get it, but come on, sometimes it's like at least aim it for a man in red. Deal with it. Come on, Sam. Oh my God, this is so poor. This is so poor. No. Oh, we've been terrible, right? We're being too passive now. I think. I wonder if Nebe might be better sitting back on it, because he doesn't seem to be involved in that attacking role at the minute. I mean, we're just absolutely nowhere here. We're defending, facing our own goal far too often, being turned really quickly. Just can't seem to impress ourselves on the game at all this second half. We're not even having those like breaking opportunities that we wasted in the first half. We're not getting anywhere. And their XG's 2.24. How they haven't scored is a bit of a miracle, to be honest. But this is a really poor performance. I'm wondering if we have to change things before we go behind and have to do it anyway. And do we just go for it? Because this isn't working, is it, at all? Well done. Let's get our foot on the ball a little bit. Oh my God. Okay. If we're going to knock it long, let's at least get some width into the play and give the guys up front going forward a chance, because he's offside, and he surely. Yeah. Oh my God, it's them again. We are just getting absolutely smashed here. The goal's coming. Nobody saves. I mean, this will be a smash and grab if we get anything from this, let alone a win. We don't look like doing anything at all. We're certainly not playing like we. Even when we've lost, this is like we've had chances. We very rarely don't have chances. So we have just been outclassed here a little bit. Nobody tries to play it forward again. I know we've gone direct now, but these are stupid passes now. Just stand up, hold them out. No, there it is. It was coming, wasn't it? It was coming. Should have changed it. This has been pathetic, really. Well, we've just got to go for it now, haven't we? Whatever. It can't get worse, can it? It's been really abject stuff. This has been rubbish. Second half especially has been poor. So it should be more. It should be loads more. We should be out of sight behind now. Can we do anything? Can we do anything? Sign of life somewhere? Apparently not. We're not. It's really just really awful. Well done, Dougie. A little chase. Gets it in. That's a great goal. I think it's the only attack we've even had this half. I will take it. I will take it all day. Really good work from Dougie. Everts, it's a good ball. He just whips it in, and that's a cracking finish from a banger. I mean, let's go for the win now. I'm not sitting back on a draw. We've sat back. We've tried to sort of keep it tight all half, and it's not done us any good. So, just score. Oh, ooh! Come on, boys. Come on. There's something in this. Can we steal this? Do a bit of luck. The low say. Oh, I can't even get the cross in. Come on, boys. Come on. Make a couple of changes for legs in a minute, but I think tactically our hands dealt. Penga can't flick. Dugmore manages to battle it. Nothing silly. It's not really what I want, but okay. Good header. Come on, boys, we've got to be aggressive here. They're tearing us apart going forward anyway all game, so we may as well go for it. Good block, good block, good block, good block. He's offside anyway, right. What can we do here, Owen? We've only made one change, which I don't really want to take Dugmore off. But he is tired. And to be fair, Ethan O'Toole in that sort of attacking capacity has had occasionally done pretty well for us. I'm going to take Watt off and we'll push Garmston up. I think. Let's just tie him back there. No. Yeah. We'll do that and we'll put him on attack. Let's go for it. Come on, boys. Come on. There's a smash and grab on this for us. They'll be livid. They'll be livid. I'd be fuming. They've been FM'd if we get the win. But I mean, this isn't over yet. We haven't got the draw even. Oh no! Defend it! Defend it! Oh, for God's sake! It's so simple. Oh, why is no one there? Look at this, Joel. Fuck, you're on a quarter of our wage budget, man, and you've just stood and watched it go over the top of you. Oh, it's so poor. We do need to look at the playing squad somehow. It's really difficult though. Penga to Laloze. Is there one last? Can we scrape the draw? No. Well, there's a bit of drama. It's just unfortunately, guys, it's gone the wrong blooming way. And that does put us in probably quite a precarious position with the playoffs. We're going to be under pressure now in every game. I think we can't. Every loss is going to push us back, and we need to find some solution to the patchy form. We need to put run of games together. Isn't Penga last chance? Forced wide, cut it back. Poor ball, really. Get the ball in, lads. Okay, fine, whatever. Not much to talk about, is there? We were pretty poor. I made a decent fist of it at the end, but it's a really bad way to concede a sort of losing goal. Of all the chances that they could have scored earlier in the game, that's not one that I'm happy with conceding, especially for someone with Kettle that's £400 a week. He's at loads of offers and he just keeps rejecting. There's nothing I can do about it, I don't think, unless you know of a way, guys. Let me know, but I have to play him as well. That's the problem. I can't phase him out because I just don't have the players. Okay, well, anyway, you win some, you lose some. Unfortunately, we're losing too many at the minute, and it's a tough one for all you real life sporting fans. This is supposed to help with the sort of negative real life situation, and I suppose it isn't really, is it? But still, we've got plenty of time to turn it round, and I'm hoping that over the next sort of month or so in game that we can, free up some funds so that we can bring in a couple of more players and add some improvements. But it is very difficult. We'll tweak the tactics. I think that needs to happen as well to figure out why sometimes we can put 6 past the team and others we don't look like creating anything. It is really back and forward, but we're still doing okay in the board's eyes. It's my own expectations that we're disappointing. I want to get out of the league. If we finished where we finished, the board would be very pleased. So we've got to be realistic in the game, I suppose. I hope you enjoyed it, guys. Any advice, any comments, whatever. Always happy to hear from you. So do pop them in the comments below. Hit us up on socials. And otherwise, see you next time. Cheers.